Hi, my name is Corey, and I work at Signal Effects. And today I'm going to talk about being a good teammate, not a product. So I'm Corey. I only have 5 minutes. I'm not going to talk a lot about this. I only want to say that in the past I have done observability at other companies, and I was not a vendor. And so I joined Signal Effects, who is a vendor, back in January. And I've had a lot to learn. Now, if you happen to know me, by the way, if you know Honest Update, that's me. So maybe you know me from that. But anyway, I encourage you, if you'd like to talk to me, to use those things. Anyway, on to the meat of this. So back when I joined Signal Effects, I tweeted out, I was like, hey, I'm joining Signal Effects, and if you've got questions, I'm happy to answer them. And John Allspaw answered me, and we heard from him this morning. I was first like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And then second, I was like, what did he have to say? And he linked me to this blog post, which is an open letter to monitoring and alerting companies, which you should go read. But then at the bottom, he had this paragraph, which has stuck with me since January. And the gist of it is that we often think about vendors as solving a problem, right? Like vendors don't do anything to perpetuate that idea, right? We're always like, we never tell you we have a silver bullet. But instead, John encourages us to talk about adding a vendor to our setup as a teammate. Like, what are the vendors doing to make your team work better? And so what I want to talk about today is how to think about that. I just realized there's no timer up here. Are you just going to rope me whenever I'm done, Will? Great. Okay. You can just grab me. All right. So the things I want you to think about when you're talking about going to a vendor or building an open source tool in-house or working on an open source project or whatever it is what are you doing to help the customer get this stuff done? Like, you are a part of the team. And so I've listed a bunch of attributes up here that are things that if you're a teammate on a team, you're concerned with. Or when you're hiring people, I know we're not the best at hiring people in this industry, but typically these are the types of things you're looking for, right? Like, what value is being brought to the table here? Often the conversation is like, well, do you Kubernetes, which is usually not the right foot to get off on. Like, we have lots of boxes that you can tick as vendors, but at the end of the day, we have to sort of elevate this conversation, whether it's us as vendors or you as the people that are asking, because these are the things you need to be concerned about. Value, learning. Like, it was mentioned earlier about dog fooding. Like, I can tell you, we're not the best users of our own product. We're sometimes much bigger than the companies that we're working with. Sometimes we're much smaller than the companies that we're working with. And you have lots of tools that we don't, and we have lots of things that you don't, and we know how to do all kinds of weird things with the product. So often pitching in too, right? Like, in an incident, our job isn't just to tell you. Our job doesn't stop. We have to find ways to sort of give you even more information about the incident and get you closer to it to figure it out. And we also need to take some of the blame. Like, it's really, really easy. Like, everybody knows about alert fatigue and stuff like that, but what are we doing? What is your tool doing to bring alert fatigue back, right? Like, you're making these alerts. What are we doing to tell you what's working well, what's healthy, and what's unhealthy? Reliability, do we say what we do? Like, I've run internal observability teams, and they often have reliability problems too, because it's really difficult to scale. And last, we have a role in this as well as teachers, because we're accessing a lot of best practices. We're working with a lot of companies that do this stuff, and we can help you be better at it. So one of the things I want to talk about is, what are we doing internally? Like, we often get up on stage and show cool live demos of, like, doing a deploy and rolling it back and all this other stuff, but it's really like sort of glitzy and meant to apply to, like, attract you over to it, right? Like, you don't usually go in to buy a car and say, like, show me the details of my day-to-day. You just look at the horsepower or the color or whatever it is that you're interested in. And so on the, left here, this is the alert dialog that you would see on Signal Effects today if you went and looked at an alert that had triggered. On the right is the one that we're working on for the future. Some of this stuff may be going out soon. But the idea here is that we went through and, like, what are we really trying to help these people with? We got rid of all the extra stuff, all the chaff. We made it clear what the call to actions were. Things like muting or jumping to a chart or finding your run book or seeing a tip or see what's the context, who made this alert, was it recently changed? There's so much information that we could be giving you that we can improve. And these are the types of things that we don't often show in a product demo, that people don't even ask us for, but this is the stuff you live with in these products every single day. And they're really important. And there's some even less interesting stuff, like just making a dashboard every day. There's little things like making sure you include units on every chart, making sure that your y-axes are aligned for individual things to be compared easily. Color coordination of, like, am I violating an SLA, am I not? Watermarks to show where your SLAs are, where they're supposed to be. These are not always the most exciting things that we build into these products, but they are the things that every single day make you better at doing your job, and that's ultimately our job as well. And I encourage you, even if you're not talking to a vendor, and you're working on something internally, these are exactly the same things you should be doing for yourselves. So I'm supposed to talk about signal effects apparently, so I will. These are some features. I highly encourage you to instead go talk to us and see them, but real time and metrics and tracing, and there's a demo here on the right that I slapped in there so you can see what the product looks like. It's great. There's a better demo upstairs. I encourage you to come talk to us. If you have questions, I'll be roving around. But is there even a conclusion? Yeah, go see the booth at Signal Effects. These are important concerns for both internal, external, vendor, not vendor, whatever, and I highly encourage you to pay attention to them, and that's it.